Thank you, Russell, Master of Ceremonies. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, it's good to see you out here. And I'm standing in for the Honorable Minister, Dr. Frank Anthony, who's not here at the moment, but I'd love to be here. This year's activity, as we launch Emancipation, is under the theme Honoring Our Heroes of 1823, of 1763, sorry. But in honoring our heroes, we need to remember the work they did and to try to emulate them in what they did. Today, we look at the many groups that are in Guyana and that register with the Ministry of Culture, Youth and Sport. And I noticed last Monday that the groups are increasing. However, one of the things that we must lament is the progress of the youths in these organizations. If we are to remember the work of our ancestors, to honor our heroes, we need to see more youths coming out and being a part, a vibrant part of your organizations. As we look around, we notice a number of girls, young women, some men on drums. But as you walk around the city or even the countryside, and you ask young people about the 1763 rebellion, they can tell you little or nothing whatsoever. It behoves us, we who are the elders, not only to remember this time of the year, but to preach it into our children every single day, that they can stand up with dignity and pride and remember what their heroes were able to achieve. And therefore, within their own lives, they should strive to achieve success. But it only can start from your groups. And so as you go back to your homes, to your villages, bring out the youths. You go up to Hope Town to the soiree, and you find the old people in the soiree. But you find the young people listening to a different kind of music on the road. And they can't remember the taste of conky pone. They don't know how to make it, and some of them have some ill remarks about what you do. You have to train your children to recognize our heroes and to recognize the things that they did for us. And you need to pass it on so that the traditions can live. In these traditions is strength. And that strength can bind us together and help us as we go along in our country. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to wish you a wonderful Emancipation celebration, and I hope that you remember all the things that Kofi and his warriors stood for. And I hope as I come around to the different villages, I'll see you bring out your youths to participate in the celebrations. Thank you very much.
Colonel Lyndon Ross there, representing Minister of Culture, Youth and Sport this afternoon, and of course, giving us the theme for this year's Emancipation celebration. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be drumming on stage once again. You saw them a little earlier at the libation ceremony. and now Magic Fingers, the Magic Fingers drumming group, led by Orlando Primo. And this group has students of all ages, and it was set up to allow students to have a first-hand experience of playing the drums. Now, the group is also working with Mr. Primo. Of course, he's a master drummer. He's the current overall winner for 2 years running of the Guyana Musical Arts Festival for drumming. And of course, his family shares a rich history of the arts. You might know his brother from ×2, Jumo Primo. So ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. It's Orlando Primo and the Magic Fingers.
When the drums were alive, I gave my strength, my joy, my peace through the drums of my ancestors. Let them roll! I was always free. After I helped God to go to heaven and He blessed me, I was always free. In Africa, amongst my people, I was free and they loved me. For I was their storyteller, I was their Anansi, and they loved me. And when darkness fell upon my people, and they were thrown into ships and up the middle passage in pain, I was there with them, and they loved me. They loved Anansi. They came to this new strange world and bent and labored in the cane fields in pain, in sorrow, but they loved me. Everyone, for I'm Anansi, I brought joy to their hearts when they told stories. I brought peace to them when they were in pain and turmoil. I was Anansi. And so, I made them happy in their tribulations. During and before emancipation, I was there with them. in their huts, by their firesides, everywhere that they were my people, I was there and they loved me. They shared me. They told stories about me. Then darkness fell upon me and I was forgotten. I was forgotten. Anansi, me, was forgotten, but now I rise again, telling my stories to the younger generations. For I came from Africa, and I am part of Africa. Now I am part of the world. You see me in books. You hear my stories. You ever hear the story about Nancy old riding horse? Bera Nancy and Bera Tiger used to courting this, and that girl was Selena. Selena was a thing of beauty in the whole village, boy. And Anansi wanted to be her fiancé, and Bera Tiger. Well, Bera Nancy and Bera Tiger was always at war with each other. On Saturday, Selena went out with Bera Tiger. On Sunday, she went out with Bera and Nancy. Now, Nancy didn't like that. Tiger didn't like that. So what they did? Nancy is to tell Selena that he will give her the best of everything. Tiger is to tell Selena that he has everything. He has strength, he has wealth, he has every single thing. Well, Bera and Nancy, oh my gosh, couldn't meet up the standards of Bera Tiger. So when Selena told him all the things that she would get from Bera Tiger, if she would marry Bera Tiger, Bera and Nancy sucked it. What are you telling me about Bera Tiger? Bera Tiger was me generation old riding horse. Riding horse? Selena don't want to be no servant to nobody. So she told Bera Tiger, how did they come you out of that? And then all of a thing, you is Nancy old riding horse. Who tell Anansi to say that? Bera Tiger was fumed and vexed. He went to Anansi house. Anansi, how dare you tell Selena that I is you riding horse? Bera Nancy plays six. Bera Tiger. Oh, me not feel good today. I got the flu. Oh, what you say? Oh, you tell Selena that I is your old riding horse. Oh, what? Yeah, I tell you something. I don't know how she come to that. You're going to come with me now and prove this story once and for all. You're coming with me. Bera Nancy said Bera Tiger. Oh, Bera Tiger. Make sure you would come and hard. Oh, they're feeling good. But here now, oh my gosh, this is serious business. And we gotta end this thing today. How about if we jump out on top your back? Because we can't walk. Well, Bera Tiger wants to prove an end because he wants Selena. So he say, alright, Bera Nancy jump up on my back, but I only carry you from here to Selena house. So Bera Nancy say, alright, boy. Bera Nancy jump back. Oh, one tiger back. Bera Tiger, how much my problem? I can't hold on. Oh, give me one rope and tie around your neck now, so me not gonna fall off. Ah! What? Bera Tiger. One Selena. Alright, pass the rope and tie. So, Bera Nancy them will tiger back. And he got one harness. And he go down the road. When you go down the road now, we come to Selena house. Selena, what me tell you? You see, same thing I tell you. Tiger is my riding horse. Thank you.
Nancy's story from Old Man Papi. Put your hands together as we bring on an up-and-coming young group, three sisters, and I'd like to introduce them to you. They're called the Wall Sisters, And ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you a little bit about this group. They're new budding singers in Guyana, now gaining stardom. And you're going to see Lawanda, Ayana, and Ida Wall. And they began their singing careers at the tender ages of 3, 5, and 6. According to their mother, she had 2 cassettes which her girls used to listen to. One was Whitney Houston, and the other was a gospel cassette. And they would sit on the steps singing renditions, each sister trying to see who could pitch her voice the highest. Put your hands together, the Wall Sisters.
When the world first came about and there were not any rights, you couldn't tell that you were not something. People went where they pleased, anywhere they were inclined, and they did what they thought would suit them best. But they came and Mr. Man with no thought of acting his own, and he had so long no one would suspect. Saying, brothers, it's a sin, working for yourself alone. And he sat right down and started to come back. Hey, what you're doing, Mr. Man? What you're doing, Mr. Man? You'll get nowhere with those crazy schemes. What you're doing, Mr. Man? Hey, what you're doing, Mr. Man? What you're doing, Mr. Man? All your cheating ways will lead to the thing. What you're doing, Mr. Man? You're just trying to masquerade. One of those you victimize. What you doing, Mr. Man?